Hello guys, back here inside the Quantum Plus. One video we haven't done, which I wanted to take this opportunity just to showcase what we know so far in regards to the composting toilet, and just basically introduce it to our customers. So you can see here I'm in the shower cubicle, so it is still very functional. But one thing that I will highlight straight away is that it is going to be bigger than the Macerate in terms of how much space it takes up in this area. Still functional, we can still shower in here, we can still operate, but it does cut into that floor pan a bit more in this area. So composting world. So this one would be the airhead toilet, which comes from America. So a lot of people are familiar with this in terms of composting toilets. It was one of the original designs. So just to highlight a few of the things with this toilet. So if I open up the seat and the lid, first thing you'll see on here that they do have seals. So really good straight away to be in this shower area, in that once this is closed down, the seals will actually form a tight seal so we don't get any water in there. One other thing to outline would be that the lever operates on this side of the toilet, so we can switch between which compartments we're trying to capture in, whether that's for number 2s or number 1s. This would be set up at the minute in terms of number 1, so this would be draining into the front compartment, where it's for the liquids, whereas if I open the trapdoor, that would be for number 2s. You'll see on the opposite side to where we've got the lever and we've got the spinning handle, which is what we can turn over the solids in this area. So being that this is obviously composting, there will be some form of peat moss in there. That'll dry and take a lot of the moisture out of that area, but we do have to turn that over. Depending on how much is in there, you would try to turn that over. I tend to work on every couple of days, just to obviously air it through as much as we can. Because you can see as we go down the back of this toilet, there is a hose that runs across the back into this area of the shower cubicle. And this is where that'll air vent out to the outside of the trailer. And there will be a fan there to draw that pressure out and obviously basically get the air out of there. In terms of smells, will be all external, but it'll also help that fan to dry that area out for us. Now, I personally haven't used this toilet, obviously, or in composting in general. But just on this, from what we've researched, from what we've been told, you will tend to get between 1 to 3 months, depending on obviously daily usage. But obviously, one of the big appeals behind this is that time frame, very big time frame. Also, no use of water. So where it differs a bit to the Macerate is that you're not using any internal water here. So in terms of the water that you carry on board, it is all there for you to use in terms of drinking water, showering water. Now, if we come a bit lower, I'll just highlight a few things on this toilet, because you can see that there is quite a few little handles on here which allow us to release and break the toilet into different compartments for when we come to disconnect the toilet and clean it out, or whether to empty the toilet. So just working in this area, I'll try and show you on this. With the urine canister, we would loosen off this clip, which in turn would allow this to be released on either side. So this will be on both sides. We can then see here that this is spring loaded, so I can actually release this and lift this out. So I would definitely highlight with the composting toilet, you don't want this to be 100% full, because you do have to tilt it slightly forward at the top to then bring it out. But that would tend to be drained, I would tend to say, most days. So if not daily, it's going to be every second day, 100%. The main area, you can see we've got the black clips on the sides. Exactly the same thing. If I loosen these off, but this one would spin, and then I can actually bring the top portion of the toilet off. And then the bottom portion, again, working off the wing clips, is a separate component. So this whole toilet, the good thing is it can be fully disassembled to allow you to take it out in stages for help of cleaning, but also if you just want to clean out separate compartments, you don't have to take the whole thing out. So really good to see that. We are seeing quite a big spin towards the composting toilet in our industry. There is definitely benefits to it, but there is also some benefits to the Macerated. So it really is a personal preference to toilets. We're not here to promote one over the other. We obviously want the customer to get what they want. So we'll highlight the benefits to the composting toilet in terms of waterless, plus weight saving. Obviously, you do get rid of black tanks and things in this scenario. So you do take out some portion of plumbing, which in turn means less moving components. So there is definitely some benefits here. There is also some benefits to the Macerator that we've obviously used for a lot of years, one being the space in this area. So hopefully that gives you a good introduction to the composting toilet, just highlights you to the differences and gives people a sense of space in here, because a lot of people that I'm speaking to about composting toilets, their main question is, how big is it in this area? Obviously, the shower cubicle can't change because that's a ripple effect onto cabinets, to seating areas, to vanities, as you can see. So really, we've got to work in the area that we've got. So it is definitely still functional, but it is going to be a lot bigger than what the macerator is. Last thing that I'm just going to outline is the height. So I'm 5'8" on a good day. If I was sat on this toilet, you can see that it is quite tall. So for people that are shorter than me, the other thing that I do like to outline, it is going to be higher. So in case for some people, they may need some kind of full step, so full floor, just to raise their feet up. Because a lot of especially women have commented on the height. So that is one thing to also be aware of.